Cooling tower performance. In order to check the performance of the cooling tower, what are the parameters we require and what are the formulas applied? We'll see in this video. Because we're handling with the water in the cooling tower, so periodically we need to check the performance to control the water loss, power loss, how to improve the efficiency of the cooling tower. That means how we achieve the lowest cooling water temperature. By this we can achieve the good process parameters. So cooling tower is best example, practical example for cooling tower is we are cooling our tea, hot water in a home. It is the best example. While pouring a tea or hot water in certain height, we'll observe that there will be the water vapor evaporation, that is evaporation, and the sensible heat transfer from the hot liquid to the ambient air. In this sensible heat transfer and evaporation is both are taking part. Same thing is applied here. Same principle is happening in the cooling tower. Sensible heat transfer also taking part, and then evaporation also taking part. The evaporative cooling tower, we are going to check the performance now. So basically we are reducing the temperature. So how extent we achieve the temperature? How extent we can lower the cooling water temperature? That means we are heat transfer is happening here with ambient air. So ambient temperature, how much we can? Wet bulb temperature, how much is the ambient? That much saturation we can achieve the cooling water. That is cooling water temperature we can come down up to the wet bulb temperature when it is get saturated with the air. So first, how much we are approaching? For that, there is a cooling water outlet temperature. First, I will tell the parameters how we taken. What are the nomenclature we given here? So hot water temperature is the return from the exchangers, return from the condensers. That is inlet to the cooling tower. It is we called as hot water. Cold water is which is we are supplying. There is a cooling tower outlet is a cold water is supplying to the exchanger. Wet bulb temperature, the ambient temperature which is measured with wet wick thermometer, that is the wet bulb temperature. Drift loss is what are the water which escaped, droplets escaped from the cooling tower, that is the drift loss. Evaporation loss, we will calculate the formula. Makeup, how much water we are adding to the cooling tower, that is a makeup, we call makeup. And blowdown is nothing but how much we are taking from the cooling tower to maintain the concentration. So approach is cooling water outlet temperature minus wet bulb temperature. How much we can achieve the cooling water temperature. That is saturation condition, how much we can reduce the cooling water temperature. It is an ideal case. And the range. Range is nothing but how much we achieved. That is hot water inlet temperature minus cooling water outlet temperature. Cooling water effectiveness is in ideal how much, up to saturation how much we can achieve. We are comparing with actual condition. So hot water inlet temperature minus cooling water outlet temperature divided by hot water inlet temperature minus ambient wet bulb temperature. This is the saturation temperature, how much we can achieve it. So the ideal case, it is our actual case. So actual divided by ideal will give the cooling tower effectiveness. Water efficiency, how much water evaporation loss and how much water we are making up. So we want to calculate now evaporation loss. That formula is taken from Perry handbook. 0.0085 0.0085 into 1.8. That is for unit conversion, because in the Perry handbook it was in gallon per minute, so we are converting to meter cube hour, so that 1 point be added. into hot water inlet minus cold water outlet. How much temperature difference we are achieving into this factor. We'll get the evaporation loss. And the drift loss, this factor is based on the efficiency of the drift eliminators. In conventional stage, in the Perry book, we've seen that 0.1 to 0.2% of the water circulation rate. Here we have the good drift eliminator, so we are taking this one. We also consider presently drift loss is less, so that we are taking this. And then cycle of concentration, this formula is required in order to calculate the blowdown. Dissolved solids in circulation water divided by dissolved solids in hard water. Or as in makeup water. That is fresh water we are adding and how much we are bleeding off for the circulation, how much dissolved solids is there. Normally we taken this for this dissolved solids, calcium harness we take. Previously we taken chlorides. Anything we can take. Blowdown is equal to evaporation loss by cycle of concentration. COC cycle of concentration minus 1, it is the blowdown. Makeup is equal to how much we are adding, drift loss, evaporation loss and blowdown. 3 we add together, we want to add in order to maintain the certain level in the cooling tower. So we'll go this for calculation now. So first one is ambient wet bulb temperature. Wet bulb temperature is 17 degrees centigrade. What are the data we required for the calculation? And hot water temperature, that is water which is feeding into the cooling tower. Hot water temperature is 38 degrees centigrade. What we considered here, cold water outlet temperature. So that is cooling tower outlet temperature. Cold water outlet temperature is 29 degrees centigrade. Circulation rate. Circulation rate is nothing but how much water is getting circulated in the cooler. That is from the pump to the exchanger to the tower. There is a circulation water rate, that is 4100 meter cube per hour in our case. So for range and then for approach we taken this, for evaporation loss we taken this, and calcium harness. Dissolved solids anything we can take, but time being we are taking calcium harness in circulation water. Calcium harness circulation water is 556 ppm, and the calcium harness in makeup water is this fresh water which is adding to the cooling tower. Makeup is 79 ppm. So next, what are things required? By this we can calculate the COC, cycle of concentration, and then we can calculate the drift loss. So everything we got it right. Blowdown we can calculate. COC, for COC we have the calcium harness inlet and on the makeup. Drift loss, circulation water rate we have. Outward inlet, outward temperature. Everything is ready right now. We can go for the calculation. So what is our approach? Approach in a cooling tower. Approach is equal to hot water inlet temperature is 38 degrees centigrade minus cold water outlet is 29 divided by, it is approach. That's it. Sorry, it is a range, right? Approach is nothing but cold water outlet minus wet bulb temperature. Wet bulb temperature is 17 degrees centigrade. This is our approach, how much we are going to approach. Ideal condition, how much we can achieve. Range. Range is equal to hot water outlet temperature, hot water temperature minus cold water outlet temperature is 29. So actually 21 degree if we go for saturation, but we are achieving only 9 degree. So range is 9 degrees. So cooling tower effectiveness. If you calculate cooling tower effectiveness, cooling tower effectiveness, what is the formula? That is hot water temperature minus cold water temperature divided by cold water outlet minus wet bulb temperature. That is wet bulb temperature is 17. If you want, you can do it again also. That is approach divided by approach minus range. That is the case. Hot water minus cold water divided by hot water minus wet bulb into 100. It is our effectiveness. Hot water inlet temperature minus cooling water outlet temperature divided by hot water inlet temperature by ambient wet bulb temperature. Hot water inlet temperature minus wet bulb temperature, right? So cooling tower effectiveness is equal to hot water inlet temperature 38 degree, this one, minus cooling water outlet temperature 29 degree divided by hot water inlet temperature minus ambient wet bulb temperature. Hot water inlet temperature is 38 minus wet bulb temperature is 17 into 100. This is right one. 43% cooling tower effectiveness. Then evaporation loss. Evaporation loss is equal to 0.0085 into circulation rate is 4100 meter cube per hour. This one circulation rate into hot water inlet temperature is 38 degree minus cooled water outlet is 29 degree. 38 minus 29 into 1.8 is for unit conversion. So 56 meter cube per hour is our evaporation loss. Drift loss is equal to, what is the formula for drift loss? 0.0005 divided by 100 into water circulation rate, that is 4100 meter cube per hour. So next we will go for blow down. Blow down is equal to evaporation loss divided by COC minus 1. Evaporation loss is 56.5 divided by COC is calcium hardness in circulation water 556 divided by in makeup water calcium hardness makeup water 79 minus 1. It is a drift loss, sorry, blow down. So makeup is equal to, what is the makeup water requirement, is equal to all three together, evaporation loss plus drift loss plus blow down loss. So all three together it is give 66 meter cube per hour. So it is our makeup water. So next one, water efficiency of this cooling tower. Evaporation loss divided by makeup loss is the water efficiency of the cooling tower. Water efficiency evaporation loss divided by makeup water into 100. So 85.76 is the zillion percentage, right? 85.8% is the water efficiency, and our cooling tower effectiveness is 43 percentage. This is our final result. So if approach is more, that means the well temperature is less and our hot water temperature is more, then our fan capacity can be go lesser. That means compare, if it is 21 is giving approach, so in the winter season if we take this will be go for 30 degree around, means definitely you can reduce the blade angle and you can power gain will be there, and if you reduce the airflow to the cooling tower, definitely our evaporation loss also will come down, and makeup also we can add it lesser. So losses will be very less by adjusting the blade. And circulation rate, if you want to reduce it, will not affect your exchanger performance, means you can reduce the circulation rate, by that also we can reduce the water loss. And if you reduce the circulation rate, definitely your water temperature will be getting higher, cold water temperature will be getting higher. So just to recap it, so cooling tower best example is day to day we are hot water or tea reducing the temperature by pouring it. We are getting cooling down, same thing will apply here, the sensible heat and evaporation happening in this cooling tower. So what is getting cooled? Approach, range, cooling water effectiveness, water efficiency, evaporation loss, drift loss, cycle of concentration, and blow down and makeup. So makeup, this much material we are adding for this much circulation rate. So if circulation rate is getting increased, definitely this also will get increased, makeup also will get increased. You can see it now, 65.8 meter cube. If we increase circulation rate by 1000 meter cube, so 65 to, so we put the formula, we not put the formula, so that it is not changing. Definitely it will be come up. So now you can see $4,100 for that makeup is 66 meter cube. So if we put 5,000, then how much it is coming, you see. So 80 meter cube, you see. around 14 meter cube is getting higher. So this is the variation, and so effectiveness, coolant effectiveness is based on the temperature only. So this will not affect. So by this we can calculate.